morning. This presentation is about the investigation of crime 1B, of which I am the tutor. The scope. We are going to handle tutor introduction, aims of the contact classes, the structure of the examination, continuous assessment and the calculation of the marks, examination preparation and tips, course outline, and conclude. My name is George Hwagu. I have a degree in forensic investigation and studying towards honors in the policing. My background is that I'm a trained police officer since 1993 to 2013. I have spent about 21 years in the police with 20 years spent into the investigation of crime, holding various portfolios from investigator, unit commander, and staff to the office of the Regional Crime Investigation Coordinator. My current position is that I'm a Senior Financial Intelligence Analyst with the FIC at Bank of Namibia. Why do we have this contact class? To prepare the students, for examinations due in 2019, to have the best possible change for you to do well, explain the examination structures and the assessment and calculation marks, and give you basic tips on what you should be doing. Now, the examination consists of 4 main questions containing sub-questions, total points of which it will be 120 converted to 100. You may be required to answer one of 2 questions. In example, you need to choose from between 4.1 or 4.2. Question marks may be ranging between 3 and 30 points. You may be expected to discuss, summarize, outline, define, list, analyze, or with specific matters. Questions are from the study guide. Why do we include continuous assessment? We want to make sure that students take the examination serious and align their studies accordingly. The duration of the examination would be 2.5 hours, 2 hours 30 minutes, a written exam of 100 points, and with the examination is 12 credits. So, continuous assessment, a final pass mark of 50 is required, calculated by 60% of the examination mark and 40% of the continuous assessment mark. You are expected to have a sub-minimum of 50% attained in the examination. Suppose your assessment mark is 50, your examination mark is 50. 40% of 50 equals 20, which is calculated as 50 times 40 divided by 100. The same goes for the 60%, which is the 50, which equals 30. So in the end, your final mark will be 50. All examination papers and markings are moderated. So, clear tips on what you should be doing. Please write legibly and clearly. Structure your answers through headings and numbers and a logical sequence. Make sure that your student number and all details requested are written on the document, your answer sheet. Write in blue or black ink. Please don't cheat. Serious steps will be taken against you. Refrain from dumping relevant facts and irrelevant facts at the same time. This may be costly to your points. No unauthorized notes and stuff should be taken into the examination. If you are responsible for irregularities during the examination, the head or the person that is in charge at the venue will collect your answering script, and whatever evidence they can collect, you will be requested to write an explanation. The answering script, evidence, and declaration will be given to the irregularity committee for verification. No examination mark will be awarded to you for the subject. You will be suspended from studies for that particular subject for 12 months or 2 consecutive examination sessions. It is an infringement of the examination regulations to assist or try and help others. Please refrain from doing that. Cell phones must be switched off or should also actually not be taken into the venue itself. You may not leave the examination room for the first 30 minutes and the last 15 minutes. A late arrival of after 30 minutes will result in a no turn up, and you will not be allowed to write during the specific examination session. You are reminded that the question paper answering sheet book is the property of IOL, so please don't remove it. No pages should be removed from it. Should you need additional paper, please ask for it. It will be given. Answers on any other paper will not be considered for marking. Rough work may only be done on question paper or paper provided by the invigilator. You must sign the checklist. Don't smoke and eat in the venue. Do not dive into writing without reading the questions first. Please go through your questions and familiarize yourself, because there may be questions that may sound the same and you may end up writing the wrong answer at the wrong question. For questions with 20 marks, please try to write at least a page and a half. If you are given 20 minutes or 20 marks to write, or 20 marks are allocated for a question, you can't give me 5 answers and expect to attain or achieve 20 marks in the exam. Now, for the course outline, we have 2 to 3 exit learning outcomes. The first one is the nature and the investigation of property crimes. So you should know the different thefts and differentiate between them. You should know their definitions, how to investigate them. You should know State versus Lamini. You should know general theft investigation guidelines, essentials of various thefts, various requirements that are going with them, capability, incapability of theft, the differentiate between and know the difference, relationship between theft and theft under false pretenses, and fraud, removal of property for use, which is also referred to as unauthorized borrowing. Exit learning 2, stolen property and damage to property. Please know receiving stolen property and its investigation, receiving of stolen property, knowing it to be stolen, possession of suspected stolen property, various definitions and provisions you should know. Know the differences when it is satisfactory, account, expected, reasonable suspicion, etc., and its investigations. Number 3, investigations of crime against persons. Please know the differences between rape, indecent assault, and criminal injury. Know the elements, different types of assaults, the definitions, how investigations are conducted. In conclusion, 1 fact, 1 mark. If you have given me 1 fact, you'll only get 1 mark. So make sure that if you are required to give me 10, if the mark allocation is 10, please give me 10 facts relevant. Framework of examination, investigation require that you know and understand all concepts and the techniques. Number your facts or use bullet points. Avoid dumping of irrelevant and relevant facts. As explained, you will only get the mark for what you have given or explained. Start your examination preparation early by making relevant notes to study. Follow the instructions closely. Please read through your instructions before you do anything else. Use your best handwriting. Short questions may be included. And best of luck with your preparations. Thank you.